fucking back! Yes! Yeah, baby! Woo! Shit. Talk your shit now, dude. Talk your fucking shit. There we go. Get the music back. All right, the sound is back. Woo! Yeah, man. God, I'm feeling good. You know how good that fucking feels? To win 2 ECFs, top 3 at Summit, and then we fucking win a Glint, an online national? Come on! This is the second ever online national I've won. And it was from losers, guys. Bro, Tyler Swift, we went 15-0 in pools, then Tyler Swift beat me, game 5, and then Ober, put an O for Ober, shout out to him, he said, Hbox, turn on direct audio, your headset is delayed. I'm like, what? I turned on, it's like I'm back. All of a sudden I can react to everything. So holy shit, shout outs to him, everything played perfect, we clutched it versus Aklo, clutched it versus Bobby, and that's the first time I think I've ever beaten none online since the pandemic started, or ever that we double eliminated him. This is a new level. This is a new fucking level for us to do that, considering the fact that he almost like 4-stuck us in the first game. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real fucking good, and I can't believe it.
Wow. Shout outs to you though. You just took out None 6-2 in grand finals, and you won a big net play major so soon after Summit. What was this transition like for you coming back to Slippy and coming back to net play?
Man, this era has been so ridiculously hard for me to compete in. I don't know what the pure science behind it is, but it was clear that no matter how I approached it or what I did, I kept underperforming during the Slippy era. And now that you know stuff is kind of back and coming back to LAN, when I went to Summit, you know, it reminded me. It reminded me that I can, even if I mess up so many other things in my life, I'm still a Melee player, you know. I didn't believe in myself for a very long time, and that was the hardest part about it, because there's few things I love more in this world than competing in Melee. It's when I actually feel alive. It's when I feel like I'm not lost for once. I'm just like, this is what I'm doing. I'm experiencing the universe through this fucking game. And it always feels good and feels horrible to lose, and it feels horrible to underperform. It's one thing to lose to like a Mango or a Zane, but you know, when I lose to a Harry fucking Poggers, you know, I start to second guess myself. But then I realized, first of all, everyone else is stepping it up tremendously, right?
True.
I had all those losses online because they put in the work and they didn't have the mental block that I did. But right now, I feel so much closer to being able to play the way I want to, regardless of the circumstance. And you know, I had a lot of mental talk, especially with like IBDW, who told me, you know, he and I were sort of mentally coaching each other. I was sort of trying to give him advice at Summit, and he was giving me advice online. And he told me, you need to just forget about everything that happened before. You need to just forget about it. Like, there was 2 Phantom rests. Tell me, like, any other Hbox like the weeks prior, I would have been so salty, I would have been tilted, but I kept it together, and I think I even won one of those games. So this is the best I've ever played online by far. And you can only play your best Melee when you're at peace, you know, when everything else is figured out. And I think I finally was able to do that after a long time, after a long pandemic, and I want to see how far I can push it, because, you know, the fact that I was able to take games off Mango and Zane, even just getting back into the grind, like I said, we're just getting started, and I'm looking really forward to more LAN events. If I'm able to overcome like my online problems, I think I can do anything. So I'm really excited.
What exactly happened? Did your stream turn off when you popped off?
So when 2 people give 50 at the same time, the stream crashes. It's a great problem. It's a great problem to have, but luckily, I mean, I saw both you guys, you know, at Summit, right? And we were seeing the level of play, especially in that Mango Zane set, how incredibly far they pushed the game, and how it was actually now being replicated in person to an even higher degree. I really think the top level play comes out like on LAN, but online is almost the proving ground for it when you have a perfect setup. And now speaking of which, I have finally a functional setup, which I can't believe for the longest time I didn't have. So
What was the issue?
I was using this headset. It's a Bluetooth headset. It's a wireless one. I love it. It's comfy for streaming. There's 12 frames of lag on that thing.
Audio lag.
Do you know what 12 frames does to a Fox Taco Phantasm? You're fucked. You're completely fucked. And so Tyler Swift here is just schmoving on me. I'm just like, I can't touch this guy. What is going on? And then I just turned on my speaker audio for my monitor, and all of a sudden I'm catching him all the time. So yeah, I don't know. It just feels a lot better now. So I'm glad we fixed that issue.
Glad you sorted that out. Yeah, I mean this was something, you know, it's all, it can be a myriad of things, right? Because you spoke on, you know, having potentially like a mental block for online, but certainly, you know, if you've got a hardware issue, that can definitely contribute. Speaking of Tyler Swift, was there like mentality wise too? Was there anything you kind of told yourself as you got sent to losers, but it looked like you stepped your gameplay up? Was it just the headset, or you know, was it mentality as well there?
When I beat Aklo, I told myself I can do it, and I just did my best to make myself pretend we were just in a tournament playing in LAN, and there's some person next to me, and that's what it is. I just didn't tilt. I didn't tilt almost at all. Only that game 3 of Grand Reset, because I wanted to 3-0 and finish it. I had a little bit, but I collected myself. I held it together because I had the edge guard on none, and it was over. And I'm just so glad that there was so many things that went wrong, and I still pulled it together. I still did a loser's run back, and yeah, I played for the first time the way I wanted to. Yeah.
That was really, really impressive. I mean, definitely it looked like you were leveling up your game as the sets went on. And one thing I wanted to ask too was, you know, something we were giving you a lot of props for was, you know, for example, you know, Matt Mango, you know, finishing Smash Summit 11, and he was saying, you know, I want to take a break for a while. You probably won't see me at any tournaments for a couple months. And, you know, you had such a commanding stellar finish at Smash Summit 11. And you've been vocal about how you prefer offline to online. You easily could have said, hey, all right, I'm done. I'm not entering any more of these online tournaments for a while. But here you are the weekend after, you know, competing, holding it down, and supporting the event, which is super awesome. Was that a conscious decision? Was that a difficult decision for you to make? Did you want to take a break, but you decided to power through it? Or how are you looking at entering this event?
When I first started playing Melee, I got my ass handed to me so many times, but I kept like a madman just going back into the same local and monthly every single time, like asking my mom for $10 to enter until I finally placed and until I won. And then even when I won, I just kept going back because I wanted to prove a point. I know that online and LAN are different, but like what kind of competitor would I be? What kind of person would I be trying to achieve #1 rank status again by avoiding things that I don't like? Sometimes you got to prove it to yourself. You got to put yourself into that uncomfortable situation and win it. And then it's like when you're at LAN, you're fucking taking the weights off and you're playing that much better.
Ooh.
So it's, you know, obviously, and I leave my stream on. The chat, you know, is really exciting when I win. It's good content. But I wanted to put all the parameters and all the circumstances that I struggled with exactly the way it was before Summit, and just see if I could really do it. Because I woke up at Summit, and I'm glad that I'm awake. So I'm going to be going to every single like Melee tournament this year, like every single one, no doubt.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to see your performance at these things. Yeah, and I'll be great to see you at these events as well. Cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to a lot of these tournaments that are coming up.
And props to you guys. Honestly, I think you two are like two of the best in the entire business, not just Melee, but all of Smash. Like I kind of dabbled into Ultimate commentary of the pandemic, and rewatching and re-listening to your broadcasts of Smash Summit. Like you guys narrate, you make the storyline so nice. You make it so like a more enjoyable experience than just watching two people fight on a stage. Like y'all are like probably two of the best to ever do it in commentary. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Juan. But I mean, hey, at the level of Melee that we got to see at Summit, the level of Melee that you showed us and that the rest of the players showed us, it was easy. You know, commentating Melee like that is easy. You know, because the Melee is just so good at that point.
Yeah,
can't hardly mess it up.
Yeah. Well, thank you to Gallant.
Right.
I'll let you guys go or whatever. And yeah, let's fucking go. We did it. Let's go!
Thank you so much, Hungrybox.
Let's go!
Have a great evening.
All right, see you, man.
Let's go. See ya.
I like to imagine that right when we
champ.
cut off, like his pop off just continues. Like he just presses pause, pauses it for the interview, and then he just resumes it. Good stuff, Ding. He's still in Discord. He's listening to us, though.
I mean, I can hear you.
Yeah, he's
Let's
still here, hell
fucking
yeah.
go! Yeah. I hung up in the middle of it.